Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. I'm Dr. Seemal Jalani, Associate Professor in Chemistry Department, and you have registered this MPhil course 541, which is about the natural products. We are going to dig these natural products in at on the broader platform. Okay, so I welcome you and thankful to you for registering this course as your MPhil course. So natural products. So let's come to the uh, main thing, that is the natural products. Before we dive in deeply into the subjects, we need to understand something about natural products. Okay, so natural product chemistry. What is natural product chemistry and why should we be interested in studying it? This is a very important question. I cannot give you the simple definition of natural product, but the broadest definition of a natural product is anything that is produced by life, and that includes biotic materials. So there are some things which we need to understand. For example, what is meant by biotic materials? So biotic materials may we can use wood and silk, okay, and then bio-based materials, for example, bioplastics, cornstarch, and then we say that some body fluids like milk, plant exudates, and there are so many other natural materials that were once found in living organisms. For example, soil, for example, coal. So these are the things. So if we come to the more restrictive definition of a natural product, it is an any organic compound that is synthesized by a living organisms. So natural product जो है उसको अगर हम बहुत ही इसकी restrictive definition की को अगर हम focus करें तो that means that any organic compound that is synthesized by a living organisms. अच्छा, अब you know that there is a branch of chemistry which is known as synthetic organic chemistry. So the science of organic chemistry is actually the chemistry of natural, to study the chemistry of natural products. What is the origin of these natural products, and what is what is the role, what is the biosynthetic rules, and so on. So I can say that this science of organic chemistry, in fact, has its origins in the study of natural products, and thus give rise to a very broad subfield of organic chemistry that is known as the synthetic organic chemistry. What is the role of, what is actually this synthetic organic chemistry? This is the branch of chemistry where scientists create organic molecules in the laboratory, but they must have the full skills and expertise in the exploration of natural products. So in the laboratory, and there is another very, deep uh, classification of this synthetic organic chemistry that is known as semi-synthetic organic chemistry. So what is the difference between synthetic organic chemistry? So synthetic organic chemistry, where scientists create organic molecules in the laboratory, and semi-synthetic organic chemistry, where scientists work to modify existing natural products to improve or change their activities. So this is a brief introduction to natural products. So definition हो गया, science of organic chemistry. Let me get my pen. Okay, we have understood this, the science of organic chemistry. Now the next topic is that natural products have high structural diversity and unique pharmacological or biological potential. Now remember that nearly it is a fundamental statement right now that every green matter which is present outside must have pharmacological or biological activities. They can be antioxidants, they can be anti-cancerians, they can be anti-arthritis, they can be anti-diabetic, and so on. If you just take the ajwa date, so ajwa date is meant for to cure the problems of CDV. Okay, CDV, cardiac vascular diseases. So we can say that these natural products, they have very high structural diversity, and their pharmacological or biological activities are very unique. And due to the natural selection and evolutionary processes, they have shaped their utility over hundreds of thousands of years. If you go back to the 15th century, 16th century, 17th century, 18th century, there we can know the word healer. Healer were the persons who heal the things. And these healers, they have full command on the potential of herbs, shrubs, plants, and so on. So I can say that ये जो हैं आपके जितने भी natural products जो हैं, ये these are utilized in both traditional and modern medicine for treating diseases. और जो इनकी structural diversity है natural products की, ये इतनी ज्यादा है कि अभी तक बहुत से जो हैं सिंथेटिक ऑर्गेनिक केमिस्ट जो हैं वो इनको एक्सप्लोर नहीं कर सके. So I would say that natural products have been utilized, natural diversity of natural products far exceeds the capabilities of synthetic organic chemists within the laboratory. Since they are utilizing both traditionally as well as medicine for treating diseases, so somehow these जो हम इनको डायरेक्टली नेचुरल प्रोडक्ट को जब हम यूज करते हैं तो मेडिसिन दे आर वेरी एक्सपेंसिव. ठीक है, एंड दिस इज ड्यू टू देयर बायो अवेलेबिलिटी. सो करंटली हमने देखना है कि जो नेचुरल प्रोडक्ट्स हैं आपके, हम करंटली हाउ वी आर यूजिंग देम. सो करंटली नेचुरल प्रोडक्ट्स आर यूज्ड एज स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट्स ऑफ ड्रग डिस्कवरी. तो जब आप ड्रग डिस्कवरी के प्लेटफॉर्म पर होते हैं एंड योर द मेन ऑब्जेक्टिव एंड टारगेट इज टू फोकस सम ड्रग, ठीक है, तो आप जब ड्रग को डिस्कवर करते हैं तो फिर आप उसके अंदर सिंथेटिक मॉडिफिकेशंस करते हैं इन ऑर्डर टू रिड्यूस देयर साइड इफेक्ट्स. अच्छा, अब मेन ऑब्जेक्टिव क्या है एक केमिस्ट का जो कि हु इज वर्किंग with who is doing drug analysis? तो natural product जो है उसको as a lead compound लिया जाता है या main compound होता है, उसको thoroughly study किया जाता है, उसकी biosynthetic roots को study किया जाता है so that it can be easily synthesized in the laboratory. But the one thing which is done by the chemist, organic chemist, that is to have some modifications in the drugs in order to reduce the side effects and increase its bioavailability. अगर आपका जो bioavailability है ये अगर मैच नहीं करेगी तो ड्रग विल बी वेरी एक्सपेंसिव टू बाय. इसीलिए दैट इज द डिफरेंस कि एक नेचुरल प्रोडक्ट केमिस्ट जो है ही और शी नोज द पोटेंशियल ऑफ द नेचुरल प्रोडक्ट, लेकिन एक जो सिंथेटिक ऑर्गेनिक केमिस्ट होता है वो उसकी बायो अवेलेबिलिटी को इंक्रीज करता है. इसकी बायो अवेलेबिलिटी को इंक्रीज करना इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. और अगर आप इसकी स्टैटिस्टिक्स को थोड़ा सा इफ यू फोकस टू द स्टैटिस्टिक्स ऑफ दीज नेचुरल प्रोडक्ट्स सो यू विल फाइंड दैट अप्रोक्सीमेटली हाफ ऑफ जो यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स का जो फूड एंड ड्रग एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन डिपार्टमेंट है, इनकी जो बेस है वो सारी नेचुरल प्रोडक्ट्स हैं. अच्छा, इसके अलावा मेडिसिन के अलावा नेचुरल प्रोडक्ट्स जो हैं, नेचुरल प्रोडक्ट्स एंड देयर डेरिवेटिव्स, दे आर कॉमनली यूज्ड as food additives in the form of spices and herbs. They are antibacterial agents. They are antioxidants to protect food freshness. ठीक है, एंड द लाइफ शेल्फ लाइफ ऑफ द फूड. सो हम कह सकते हैं कि in fact we can say that natural organic products find their way into our lives. They are in our lives, from clothes to from clothes to plastics to rubber plastics, health, beauty products, and even now we use to power our automobiles. So these are the things. So this is the modern status of the natural products, additional uses of the natural products. Now we come to understand what is the basis of classification and what is actually the natural product. So there is no rigid scheme for classifying natural products. Their immense diversity in structure, in function, and biosynthesis is too great to allow them to fit neatly into a few simple categories. So we can summarize that their potential is vast beyond our thinking. So we cannot define in one or two lines what is meant by the natural products and how we can classify them, but still we have, for our convenience, divided into 5 main classes. So natural products के लिए हमें अब स्टडी करना है कि natural product जो function है, it is broadly classified into 2 main categories. Number 1 is the primary metabolites and number 2 is the secondary metabolites. So हमें देखना है, first of all, we need to have strong grip on primary metabolites. If we do not understand what is meant by the primary metabolites, we cannot define or understand the potential of secondary metabolites. तो प्राइमरी मेटाबोलाइट्स जो है, इसके लिए आपको सिर्फ ये चीज याद रखनी है कि इनका जो फंक्शन होता है, जो प्राइमरी मेटाबोलाइट्स होते हैं, ये भी ऑर्गेनिक मॉलिक्यूल्स हैं that have an intrinsic function, and that function is essential to the survival of the organisms in which they are producing. यानी कि ये जो बॉडी है, बॉडी इनको सिंथेसाइज करती है. बॉडी जो लाइफ होती है, जो बॉडी होती है ऑर्गेनिज्म की, वो खुद इनको सिंथेसाइज करती है. ठीक है, और अगर ये बॉडी में पोटेंशियल नहीं है to synthesize these primary metabolites, then the organism would die without these metabolites. So हम कहते हैं कि ये इनका जो function है वो intrinsic functions है. For example, अगर हम इसकी एग्जाम्पल ले लेते हैं इसकी प्राइमरी मेटाबोलाइट्स की, तो मैं कहती हूँ कि कोर बिल्डिंग ब्लॉक्स हैं ये. किसके? न्यूक्लिक एसिड्स के. लेट मी गेट माय पेन. तो ये आ जाते हैं न्यूक्लिक एसिड्स. ओके, न्यूक्लिक एसिड्स के ये हैं प्राइमरी जो मेटाबोलाइट्स हैं, उनमें कोर बिल्डिंग ब्लॉक मॉलिक्यूल्स हैं. जब न्यूक्लिक एसिड्स, अमाइनो एसिड्स, इसके अलावा शुगर्स आ जाती हैं, राइट, शुगर्स. देन वी कम टू फैटी एसिड्स, राइट. अब आपको पता है कि ये जो न्यूक्लिक एसिड्स हैं, न्यूक्लिक एसिड्स में कौन सी दो चीजें हैं? यू नो इट वेरी वेल, DNA and RNA, right? These are the nucleic acids. Amino acid is the monomer of, किसका monomer है? You know it very well. This is the monomer of protein. Sugars किसका monomer है? Sugar is a monomer of carbs, carbohydrates. And fatty acid is a monomer of lipids, right? So these are the things. DNA, RNA, proteins, carbohydrates, and lipids, they are exclusively responsible for sustaining life. Okay? They are exclusively important for life. Now we come to the secondary metabolites. तो secondary metabolites जो हैं, this one I'm talking about, secondary metabolites. What are these? So in contrast, these are in contrast with primary metabolites. These are actually the organic molecules that typically have an extrinsic function. यानी कि ये हो या ना हो, इससे लाइफ को कोई इफेक्ट नहीं पड़ता, ठीक है? And mainly affects other organisms outside of the producer. यानी कि ये जो body produce कर रही होती है, it is not utilized by the body, but इसके जो producers होते हैं वो outside the body होते हैं, ठीक है? Secondary metabolites are not essential to survival, but do increase the competitiveness of the organism within its environment. वो कहते हैं ना fittest for the survival, ये वो चीज होती है कि बहुत से organisms they use these secondary metabolites so that they can survive. So इसमें इसका मतलब है कि डिफेंसिव मैनर्स में यूज हो सकते हैं, ये सिग्नलिंग में यूज हो सकते हैं. जो रिप्रोडक्शन का प्रोसेस होता है उसमें एक स्टेप होता है सिग्नलिंग का, ठीक है? और ये सिग्नलिंग जो होती है सेम स्पीशीज में होती है, राइट? तो ये इनके काम आते हैं. So natural products, especially within the field of organic chemistry, ठीक है, is defined as primary and as secondary metabolites. So let's have a more modernized and restrictive definition so that we can limit the natural products to secondary metabolites only. Because the main objective of this Chem 541 is to understand the secondary metabolites. Okay, so हम इसको मज़ीद जो है वो लिमिट करते हैं. So मैं ये कहती हूँ कि a more restrictive definition limiting natural products to secondary metabolites is commonly used within the fields of medicinal chemistry and pharmacognosy. अब ये pharmacognosy क्या है? The study and use of natural products in medicine. So यहाँ हमने define कर दी जो है अपना जो natural product है उसकी definition को और course को हमने define भी कर लिया और limited भी कर लिया. अब हमारे पास आ जाते हैं पहली definition primary metabolites की. So primary metabolites जो है, this I will give you in the next lecture because इतना ही lecture मैंने class में दिया था, so I want you to be with the class. Okay, so next topic would be the primary metabolites और recorded जो lecture होता है उसका duration. This is the instruction of the university that it should not exceed 20 minutes. Okay, I hope you understand this introduction very carefully and you understand this course. Or for the course line, you can go visit the Moodle and see the course outline, and there are a lot of things for you. Thank you so much.